If you're looking at buying a cage for your Atomos Ninja 5 but want something maybe a little bit smaller or cheaper than a typical cage like this, I may have a solution for you. Fiala, good morning everyone, Rich Wong here, welcome back to the channel. If you have an Atomos Ninja 5 monitor and have been thinking about buying a cage for it, but you don't want something like a typical cage like this one, you want something smaller, maybe not as heavy because you don't need to attach too many accessories, or you just want something a little bit cheaper, I have a new product here that I'm going to talk about in this video. So the product that I'm going to talk about in this video is a set of mounting plates for the Atomos Ninja 5. It's not actually a cage, even though I probably used that in the title of this video because that's what people will search. But anyway, it is basically a set of different plates, as the name suggests, that you can mount it onto your Ninja 5 monitor, and that can provide similar functionality as a typical cage, but it is quite a bit lighter and also cheaper. The weight of this mounting plate is just under 100 grams, so it is quite lightweight, a lot lighter than the typical cage for the Ninja 5. The price of this mounting plate set is also quite a bit more affordable compared to the typical cage. It is just over $50 US. Compared it with a cage, for example, the Nitze cage, the basic set, which is just a cage and the HDMI cable clamp, the price is around $80 US, so quite a bit of difference. But if you go for the full cage, which include the sun hood and also the holder for the monitor, that one is over 120, I think around $125 US. So there is quite a bit of big difference between the price of a typical cage and this mounting plate set. Okay, now let me just show you how to install this mounting plates onto the monitor. There are three main components of this mounting plate set. There's the HDMI cable clamp, there's the top plate, and then there's the bottom plate. And then there's screws, and it also comes with a nice little tool for you to tighten up the plates onto the monitor, and also another hex key for the smaller screw for the HDMI cable clamp. So first thing, just put the bottom plate on. The plate also using the airy locating pin, so when you fit it onto the monitor, which one is the top or this is the bottom, when you mount it onto the monitor, it wouldn't twist because of the airy locating pin. Just tighten it up, and then the top plate, you could mount it in either direction. You could mount it like this, or you can mount it the other way. But if you look at it, there is a bit of cutout at the top plate here. So if you mount it this way with the cold shoe on this side, then the cutout would fit the vent here. So that would be the better way to mount it because you are now not blocking the vent of the monitor. And you tighten it up, and just like the bottom plate, using the airy locating pin. So once you mount it onto it, it is very secure. You cannot rotate it, or there's absolutely no play on it at all. And so you install the top and bottom plate, and now you just install the HDMI cable clamp on the side. This is a different kind of design compared to the last Nitze product I reviewed, which is the monitor cage for the real world, which use a smaller HDMI cable clamp. This one is a little bit bigger. Let me put it on first, and I want to talk about it a little bit more. Alright, compare this one with the previous HDMI cable clamp on the real world monitor. I like this one a lot more because this one is spring loaded. You can see there's a spring here and there's a spring here. And this one you can just use your hand, use your fingers, and you can loosen it and tighten it up. So let me grab HDMI cable, put one in here, and you can easily just tighten it up without using any tools. So that would be really handy because when you're out there shooting, you may want to remove the cable, or you just want to plug in another cable and you may have forgot to bring your tools, then you can't really do it. So with this design, it is a lot easier because you don't need to bring any tools with you, just use your fingers and then you can tighten it up or loosen it easily. With the mounting plates installed onto the monitor, you still have access to all the ports because there's nothing here, and the HDMI port, no problem. And at the top here, you have one cold shoe mount here, and then you have two mounting holes here. Both the top plate and the bottom plate has the NATO rail design so that you can easily attach any NATO clamp or any kind of accessory onto the monitor if you want to, for example like this NATO grip holder thingy. And at the bottom we have two mounting holes on this side and also another mounting hole on the other side with the area locating pin so that you can easily just attach like using this monitor holder thing, which also has the area locating pin, and you can securely attach the holder onto the monitor and then you can fit it onto a cage or onto your camera directly like this. One thing you may have noticed is that the mounting point with the area locating pin is not right at the center, probably because they want to minimize the size of the mounting plates, so they put the mounting holes on either side of the center. It is slightly offsetted. If you want, you can flip the bottom mounting plate around so that your mounting point is on the other side, which probably is the better one because right now if I mount it this way, I have the battery on the other side. The battery is probably the heaviest thing for the whole monitor setup, so if I mount it on the other side, it probably is the better in terms of the center of gravity. It's probably the better than how I currently mount it onto the monitor. Compared with a cage, the mounting plate is lighter. It doesn't add too much size, doesn't make the monitor too bulky, and if you don't need to attach too many accessories to your monitor, it's probably enough. And also because both the top and bottom plate has the NATO rail, so if you have other accessory that using also the NATO rail design, then you can attach them easily to the monitor. And on the downside, compared to a full cage, the full cage would offer you 360-degree protection, while the mounting plate doesn't offer any protection, especially the corners. With the Ninja 5, because it already has a metal construction, maybe this is not so important. And for users who want to attach more accessories or have more flexibility on how they can attach different accessory onto the monitor, a cage would definitely allow you more options. There are more mounting points on the cage compared to the plate. And another thing is that if you buy, for example, the Nitze monitor cage, it also comes with the option that has the sun hood, while if you buy this mounting plate, it doesn't have the option for you to attach the sun hood onto it. Overall, I think this mounting plate set is not a direct replacement for a typical monitor cage like this one, but it is a good alternative for user who doesn't really want a full-size cage but still want to have some of the features, for example the HDMI cable clamp and additional cold shoe mount and other mounting points on the monitor. So that could be a good alternative and also more affordable option.